Okay, so if you saw my recent video a couple days ago, it's almost a week at this point, but I did a video on trying to game on the Xbox One in 2024. And if you saw that, you may remember it wasn't very good. The loading times are pretty bad, especially for Call of Duty like what I'm playing right now, and it stuttered a lot. Now in this video, I got a couple comments suggesting I try cleaning it out and repasting it and putting the game on an SSD. So I did exactly all of those. I cleaned out the Xbox, I put new thermal paste on the chip, on the main chip I should say, and I put the game on an SSD. So that being said, let's try the game after those improvements. General housekeeping, as we call it. So as you can see, I'm currently loading into the game. So once I get into the game, I'll be back. Okay, so here we are in the game. The pregame has just ended, and here we are in the actual game. So you may remember, in this same exact sequence, it was stuttering quite a bit, and there was a lot of pop-in, texture pop-in, and all that stuff. As you can see, it is already running much better. And I do notice after putting new thermal paste on it, the fan is now blowing out somewhat hot air now. It didn't used to, but now it is. So I have a feeling it was definitely needed to be done. And also considering the thermal paste that was on there originally was quite literally rock solid, um, I'm sure that wasn't doing much of anything. So as we're dropping in here, as you can see, there's still a little bit of, I guess, texture popping, but I'm willing to bet that's probably just the lack of RAM, only having, 8 gigs of RAM, I mean, it's really not a whole lot you can do about that. I mean, it is stuttering a little bit. I'm willing to bet it's probably, shit, sit in a corner, huh, you little fucking rat. Anyways, um, I bet you the stuttering is probably just down to the lack of RAM, the, well, quite underwhelming CPU and GPU in today's age, and that's a wrap. All right. I'm only going to be playing Call of Duty because that's really the only game I had issues with, but I'm going to play a couple rounds on a couple different maps just to demonstrate that the SSD did help a bit and cleaning it out and repasting did help a bit. Now, as I was saying before, it still stutters a little bit, but it's not as bad or as often. I'm thinking it's only 8 gigs of RAM and quite slow CPU at this point. So there's really not a whole lot you can do about that. I've done pretty much everything I can in terms of trying to get this thing going as good as it can, and there's really nothing else I can do. In my opinion, the Xbox One is probably close to the end of its lifespan for playing modern games. I have no idea how it's supposed to run Black Ops 6 coming out in November, but it's supposed to. And you betcha I'm gonna try it if I remember to buy it, because I don't really want to buy it twice. But if I do, I do. So here we are on Fortune's Keep, and once I load into the game, I'll be back. All right, so here we are in Fortune's Keep after a quick loading screen. Here we are in Fortune's Keep, and as you can see, you might have just caught that in the bottom right. As you can see, there is stuff still popping in, like I mentioned before. So it's really nothing else you can do about that if you are playing on an Xbox One. Um, 8 gigs of RAM just ain't enough in this game. So, but it is definitely running better than it used to. That's for sure. Can I get a single fucking kill here, or am I just gonna get like dumpstered on? But did he do it? Okay. That's just right. But yeah, this Xbox is definitely getting up there in age. The 1S came out about 8 years ago, so it's definitely getting old. Now I'm gonna probably play this until I get team wipe. Oh, just saw it stutter again a little bit, but I don't know if I can do about that. I'm probably just gonna play this until I get a team wipe. I get team wiped, I should say. Oh my God, I'm stuck on an invisible wall. All right, Fortune's Keep I've seen enough of, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do Rebirth because I have to wait for stupid map rotations. Like I can't just play whatever map I want. You have to wait for map rotations. It's just a bunch of bullshit. So I'm gonna try Rebirth. Actually, I can just do ranked. I'm just gonna do Rebirth, and then might as well try the main battle royale map just because I can. See if it's any different. But it's not going to be much different. So I'll be right back once I load into Rebirth Island. Okay, so here we are in ranked play. This is Resurgence only, a Rebirth Island Resurgence ranked. Um, Now the reason why I wanted to do each map is just to demonstrate the possible performance differences on every map. Now, in my opinion, Rebirth Island is probably the most intensive. My guess is because it was, well, first of all, bad optimization. Second of all, because it was redone. Like, they completely redid Rebirth compared to the original Rebirth. So, oh my god, what the fuck is this guy doing? My god, what is my operator doing? But, it's just the most intensive in my opinion, so I wanted to try all the maps just to give you an idea of the performance. And so far, Rebirth is running okay. In my opinion, it's running worse than the other maps. I'm not sure if you can see it on a capture card, but it's definitely stuttering a lot more than Vondel and Fortune's Keep was. It's definitely stuttering a lot more. And I'm not sure if you hear it from the capture card or if it's just a headset thing, but there's a lot of crackling audio and audio glitching. Yeah, it's not very good. There's a stutter right there. So far it's definitely running worse. Definitely running worse than the other two maps, that is for sure. Yeah, this is definitely not a console for you if you want to play ranked. It's definitely not very playable, especially ranked. Like stuttering like this is just not acceptable for a game like this. I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish this match because this is really, really bad stuttering, at least on the TV. I don't know if the capture card is really getting it very good, but it's not only, oh yeah, you can kind of see it on the capture card now that I look at it, but it's also very bad audio crackling. It's just not playable at all. With that being said, I'm going to move on to the main Battle Royale map real quick, and then that'll be wrapped, because I don't really want to finish this round with this stuttering. I mean, this is really bad. So with that being said, see you on the next map. Okay, so before I move on to the next map, I just wanted to show you how much worse this stuttering is getting. The audio, I can barely hear it anymore. Like I said, I don't know if the capture card is picking up how bad this like audio glitching and crackling is. And this stuttering is like, this is insane. This is running off an SSD. This is also running on a fresh thermal paste, just cleaned out last night. Like, it's brand new thermal paste. And the heat coming out is definitely hot, so it's not thermal throttling because it wouldn't. Oh my god, it would have been doing this, worse before it did the thermal paste, and it wasn't worse. So it's definitely not thermal throttling. It's definitely, oh my god, this is horrible. Yeah, now I'm going on to the next map. I just wanted to demonstrate how much worse this is getting over time as I play it. Well, it looks like I'm not testing the main Battle Royale map because this is as far as I've gotten after 2 tries. This is as far as I get. The loading screen, and that's it. I don't get any farther than this on Resurgence, which is the main map. I mean, as you can hear, there's game audio, but I can't go to the menu, I can't drop it, I can't do anything. So it looks like we're not testing this map. With that being said, that leads me to the conclusion of this video. Does repasting and cleaning out your last gen or any gen console help? Yes, it does actually help quite a bit. And does upgrading to an SSD help as well? Also, yes, that does help. But they can only help to a certain degree. With aging hardware in general, like the CPU and only having 8 gigs RAM, the GPU, all of that, you can't do anything about that. You're stuck with that. You can't do anything about it. So you can only do so much on these consoles. And once their time comes to an end, like it looks like Xbox One time is coming to an end, at least for games like this, there's really nothing you can do. Like I mentioned before, I really don't know how Black Ops 6 is going to run on these consoles, let alone next generation of Warzone, as they always update Warzone when the next Call of Duty game comes out. Like, I don't see this game running on these consoles. And if they do run, I mean, how bad is it going to be? How bad is it going to look? How bad is the performance going to be? I mean, these are all questions that I think everybody has at this point. Like, there's just no way these consoles are going to be able to handle that game. I mean, this is 5 minutes I've been sitting on this one screen for just trying to get into the game. So it's not happening. That's the end of my rant here. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't, dislike it. Um, leave a comment if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, or ideas, or anything like that. And please, please, please subscribe if you haven't already. 98% of my viewers are not subscribed. That's crazy, man. Be sure to subscribe if you like these kinds of videos. All right, see you in the next one.